Cross-border terrorism. In fact, we discussed terrorism in detail, so there's nothing much we can discuss it. And I already told you about what happened. Yeah. So cross-border terrorism, we'll take that. We saw this. Different nature of the problem. Yes. Cross-border terrorism, across the border, when terrorists evolve, transfer. Why the students today? Any reason? When today they learned all the internal security. I didn't know that. It could be that easy. Oh, because I have all the homework, they didn't come. You can go tongue todunga, nahi todunga yaar. Antanante kottanu. Kottna kottam koda adu vishayam. Adu guarantee em ledu. Right. So when you across the border, when people enter with an ulterior motive to hurt the natives, the local people, to send a message to the government that, to send a message to the people that the government you elected, the government you selected, or you voted for, is powerless, ineffective to protect you, and we're going to kill you this way. हम तो आपको इसी तरह मारेंगे, जो करना है कर लो. We'll kill you. We'll come into your country, kill you, and your government just ineffective to protect your life and your dignified life. So, cross-border terrorism refers to terrorist activity that are planned, supported and executed from across international borders, primarily targeting India. In fact, yesterday we extensively discussed why India. It's not that the other countries were not targeted. In fact, every country was targeted in the form of terrorism, be it Russia, UK, Switzerland recently on January 1st, US we all know. Pakistan itself is suffering, is a victim now. So all the countries in the world, no country is exception to this menace called terrorism, especially targeting India. The very various factors about the natural resources, its culture, its tradition, its growth trajectory. There are many factors why India was targeted, because India is extensively plural and a very successful democratic nation. Every 5 years we have been successfully conducting elections. One or the other government was formed. We have grown economically. We have shown to the world that we are the third largest economy on a purchasing power parity. In 1947, when the British left, the literacy rate was around 20%. Can anyone confirm that? If you have a Google? 4%. Literacy rate was 4%. Please confirm it. My data says it's 20%, and the lifespan was around 28 years or 29 years. We can differ on that. Please check and tell me. Literacy rate of India in 1947. I guess it will be around 20%. 12%. All right. And now I have taken other considerations. Anyway, 12% is good enough for me. From 12% to today, 74%. The life expectancy in 1947 were around, as the young man suggested, it could be 32 years. Today we have grown up to 70 years. 68 men and 71 women. A huge growth rate as for saving the lives, health, hygiene, education. So probably no other country as large as India, as plural as India, sorry, as varied as India, in the form of languages, in the form of culture, in the form of traditions, in the form of festivals. Despite all these differences, as we was rightly said yesterday, that India stood united. So the other countries are not able to digest the fact that India did develop. As the young man rightly said yesterday, Asif, right? He didn't come? He didn't come, he will come. So what he said yesterday, that quantifiable quantity and quality, probably that could be the answer. So India faces this challenge predominantly from Pakistan, LOC in Jammu and Kashmir, but also via porous borders via Bangladesh and Myanmar, not only Jammu and Kashmir usually, but also Rajasthan and Gujarat borders. The reason I know is, I used to sit in Thar desert in the Longwala sector for a Pakistani infiltrators to bring gold. Every Dawood Ibrahim gang used to come. Earlier they used to come through sea route. So Coast Guard was effective, sometimes ineffective and all, but we were definitely there in the coast. When we had an intel that close to 124 kgs of gold was coming, and we had a pakka information, we were waiting, and the gold did come. We took the gold, but they opened fire. Unfortunately, I was wearing a white shirt and a khaki pant that day. Though CRP was giving cover to me, but I got shot in my back with 2 bullets. I was taken to hospital, surgery was performed, bullets were removed. That's all there. So from there we went to Rajasthan desert, sitting there for 14 days in desert with CRPF Jawans. All female staff were made to sit in Bikaner in a hotel restaurant, in a lodge, in a hotel, but all men we were there because we can't touch women. Whoever they are, we can't touch women. The rule is very clear about it. No male officer will touch a female criminal, come what may. But at the same time, I can't keep my own female staff with me in the desert, but their modesty matters to me. But they need privacy, they need a washroom and all, so I had to keep them in lodge. And whenever the infiltrators came in, at gunpoint we used to make them sit and send a message to Bikaner. The girls would come, take these girls and go. But we won't touch, pakka. That's guaranteed. So here not only Jammu Kashmir but other borders as well. We saw Myanmar and Bangladesh as well. That's what happened. And Mamta Didi, being really Mamta, her Mamta is so well that she allowed a lot of Bangladeshi people to come and settle in India. Probably won't believe that even Bengaluru has a lot of Bangladeshi men and women working as maids, drivers, labor force, because very difficult to differentiate between a Bengali and a Bangla. From West Bengal people, across the Malda border, Malda Midnapur, you can't identify a Bangladeshi and a Bengali. Like I can't identify the difference between a Ramanathapuram or Rameshwaram Tamilian with Anuradhapura or Jaffna Tamilian. I can't. I can't identify between a Japanese, Chinese and Arunachal Pradesh people. No way. No way can I identify the Amritsari Pathan with the Karachi Pathan. They both look alike, they both speak alike, they all behave alike. So that's a challenge. Yeah. From Pakistan across the border, we have this. Key dimension of the challenge: state sponsorship. The country sponsors, the government sponsors it, called ISI, which is equivalent to the India's RAW. Research Analysis Wing is our intelligence agency. Under it come Intelligence Bureau, then we come NIA, National Investigating Agency, and my department DRI, we all work under Intelligence Bureau. But the top agency is RAW. Intelligence Service Institute of Bangladesh, no sorry, Pakistan, is an military provide training, arms, funds and ideological support to terror groups like Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Muhammad and Hizbul Mujahideen, and nowadays young children are being recruited in the form of Nanhe Mujahideen. Children as young as 8 to 10 years old, boys and girls, are drawn into the activity and are being trained from the childhood to hate India. So, now why did I take the names? The question arises here. So can I take these names of terrorist organization in UPSC exam? Like I'm going live and I am showing the names of these organizations, terrorist organizations. I have written these names on the PPT and I am showing it directly. Can I? What are the conditions for me to name the terrorist organization? Yes. It's proven, all right, but it's proven only to India, not the world, right? Can someone watch this YouTube particular class? Can American or anyone watch?
No, I meant in the context of the exam.
No, in exam it's okay, but you can only mention it when they are identified as a terrorist organization by international agencies. If UNO accepts and names them, for example, Al-Qaeda, because they claim the responsibility for American attack. So whenever any attack happens, then that particular organization claims the responsibility openly, and that name is documented in archives, the government documents. Then we can mention the name of it. Otherwise, you have no right to mention. Because your answer sheet in UPSC is a document. The answer sheet you give to UPSC for evaluation is a document that reflects your ideology, your opinion on what you think. So, make sure that you exercise caution when you are talking about certain organizations which are otherwise well known and have been acknowledged by the international organizations, especially United Nations Development Program or UNO or Security Council. They should have condemned the attack. Then we can take the name as that, otherwise you can't in the examination. Safe havens across border, terrorist camps, especially in Pakistan occupied Kashmir, act as a breeding ground for militants. That's what we called yesterday. Why Jammu Kashmir is a troubled state. Can I have my tea? कोई दिक्कत नहीं है? आप अपनी चाय पियो, हमें क्या दिक्कत होगी? कदा मीठी मीरा तो माके निबंदी माटी लाकुंटे नहीं बंदी कदा कदा ఎప్పుడు నవ్వుతుంటారా మీరు నవ్వుతున్నాండి ना कोई खर्च लगता है ना कोई पैसा लगता है बस मुस्कुराजे कीजिए बड़ा अच्छा लगता है शायद नहीं जानते कि मैं एक शायर भी हूं जानते हो नहीं माई पैशन ऑफ राइटिंग पोएट्री कल 2 दिन पहले मेरे एक छेला एक स्टूडेंट कॉल्ड मी बड़ा अकड़ रहा था यार ही वॉज लाइक यू he cracked civils there's no wonder because when I train you you got to crack there's no way on the rank 5 Rouhani is my child like you I was the one who put in Niti Ayog economics optional I also did geography optional, that's a different story. So I trained her, fine. And this fellow was काफी अकड़ था यार, he was very proud about himself. I trained him, but he was very proud about his achievement. फटाक से अंदर से निकल गई यार, बताओ कुछ बताओ, समझ नहीं आती आपको? यार क्या बात है. रास्ते के पत्थर को उठा के तराशा है क्या मैंने. Come, we are asking about you, man. I did say that he will come. Did not say that? I did say that Asif will come. Are you a big fan of mine, man? Go. अरे काफी बच्चे हैं मेरे फैंस होते हैं. चले, रास्ते के पत्थर को उठा के तराशा है क्या मैंने. वो अपनी खूबसूरती पर मगरूर हो गई है. I found a stone on the road. I picked it up, sculpted it. It became a beautiful idol or beautiful statue. Now the statue is so beautiful about, proud about its beauty. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಲು ಸಿಕ್ತು ನನಗೆ. ಅದು ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಶಿಲ್ಪಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಐಡಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ನಾನು ಒಂದು ವಿಗ್ರಹ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತಮ್ಮ, ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದು ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಗರ್ವ ಫೀಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಪ್ರೌಡ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ನೋಡಿದ್ಯಾ ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀನ ಅಂತ, ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಂತಾರ ನೀವು ಅಳಗ బ్యూటీ అంద అదే తెలుగు అందమే. ఆ సున్నా పెడితే ఆ తెలుగు, దేనికన్నా సున్నా పెట్టాలి. మీ ఇద్దరు పక్క పక్క వాళ్ళే కదా, ఉంటుందండి. కానీ తమిళ్ కూడా చాలా వరకు ఉంటుంది. రెయిన్ ఉందనుకోండి మళ్ళీ అంటారు తమిళ్లో, కన్నడలో, మళ్ళీ మలయాళంలో కూడా, ఇక్కడ కూడా అదే అదే. ఈ మాత్రం మీరు మాత్రం వర్షం అంటారు. మాకు వర్షం అంటే ఇయర్, వర్ష అంటే ఈ వర్షమే అంటే మేము ఈ వర్ష అంటాము. మీరు ఉపన్యాసం అంటే మీకు స్పీచ్ కదా, మాకు నావల్. ఆలోచన అంటే మాకు క్రిటిసైజ్. కాఫీ ఆలోచనకి అంటే మేము చాలా ఆలోచించామని కాదు, చాలా విమర్శించామని అర్థం. మాతో దరిద్రంలేండి, ఇది క్వశ్చన్ కూడా. చలే సీఖో బేటా, దిస్ ఇస్ ఇండియా. You got to learn languages, right? So here there are POK, Pakistan occupied Kashmir. I told you yesterday that how they entered the border when the king of Jammu Kashmir, Hari Singh, delayed taking decision to join Indian Union. Though he was offered earlier by Patel ji, but he refused, saying that I would declare myself an independent country. Neither I would join India nor I would join Pakistan, because I am a Hindu king and my people are mixed people. I would make it a separate country like Switzerland, so I can have a more tourist destination kind of thing. It was accepted Pakistan because majority of them were Islam followers in Jammu, in especially Kashmir Valley. So Pakistan attacked, and by the time it got delayed almost 3 days or 4 days, the Pakistan army entered a major part of Pakistan, what we call today as POK. Always India uses a language called Pakistan occupied Kashmir. My Kashmir, my neighbor occupied. Whereas the Pakistani language says it is Azad Kashmir, the part of Kashmir which is free from India. But that is the stance between the two countries, that the perception between two nations, especially in Pakistan, act as a breeding ground for militants. So many of them come to Pakistan, from Pakistan, they get trained there. Like we know what happened in Pahalgam or Pathankot Air Base, everywhere we saw how terrorist attack took place. LOCJ Indo-Bangladesh, Indo-Myanmar border facilitated infiltration, illegal arms flow, and movement of extremists. We saw this when I come to the Myanmar border. I'll tell you what happened in Manipur, what happens in Nagaland, what happens with because Myanmar is a proxy China. Myanmar has junta. And what does junta mean? I think I told you yesterday. Military administration. The word junta, Junta, means military administration. Actually, defense should not administer, it should be given to public service. But when army officials use law and order, it becomes martial law. But defense as a nature, as a protocol, they don't have any compassion. Unlike a civil servant. In civil service, we teach you to be compassionate, empathetic, sympathy, and trust among different people, because you deal with civil society. Otherwise, we are called civil servants. We are called public servants. But army has not that rule. They won't spare anyone. So they go by the rule book and use martial law. That's exactly when army or any defense force uses administration as a facet to control over a country. That's called junta, Junta, the military administration. Fine. So Myanmar has this issue which infiltrates into India. There are many reasons. In Manipur, there was a king who wanted to annex Myanmar, who went there, and along with him he brought some Muslim people whom they regard this king as a farishta. He is called a farishta, an angel, God's messenger, somebody like that. So how infiltration started is the historical part, and we saw how people have come into the country from various routes. Narco terrorism, the less we talk about the better, but since I am training you to become a civil servant, I need to discuss it. Personally, I don't like, but I have no option. Narco means drugs. Drugs that makes a human being lesser human being. Because the most easily addicted, if there is any medicine, then that could be a drug. There are many things like olden days or the opium, or what common parlance we call ganja, or other medicines and all, including sleeping tablets. Probably there was a medicine for cough called codeine phosphate. Anyone from medical background? Pharmacy? Usually my class has medical graduates. No? यहाँ पर नहीं होते, दिल्ली में होते हैं. MBBS वाले बैठे रहते हैं. And they invariably take anthropology because it's easy for them. At least they believe that. So narco is a drug. So there was a cough medicine called codeine phosphate. It has a side effect. Every medicine has a side effect that makes you drowsy. That's why even today, when you take a cough syrup, it's written there, don't drive after consuming this medicine. And there are other medicine like, terbutaline sulfate, then chlorpheniramine maleate, other medicines, phenylpropanoline. And don't look at me like that. How do you know all the medicines? Please. Don't look at me like that. The day the lady was introducing me, the Delhi University gave me a gold medal for in chemistry. So invariably I got to learn that, right? Anyway, that's a part of it. So these drugs, when they come, especially targeted towards children and youth. Initially, they give cigarettes to youth. Sometimes they give a free brand as a promotion around colleges. That's why they said 100 meters around the circle of the institute, no one should sell tobacco products and all. But that nobody bothers. Many of the universities in India have a lot of drug abusers. Example being Jadavpur University, Kolkata, Banaras Hindu University, Hyderabad Central University. And closer home, Dharwad University, Gulbarga University. A couple of cases in Jnana Bharati as well, but it was quickly eliminated. Bangalore did not have, but some engineering college, very famous engineering college, have this culture. And one particular university, which is a private university, does also have these drug peddlers. What is the issue here? Initially, it's given at a very low price. Oh, let me go on record. There is a brand of cigarette called Marlboro. Because I have dealt with them, I know that. Probably other people would not have named it, but I can name it. Marlboro is a brand of a cigarette, tobacco product, which is sold in every pawn shop across everywhere. Initially for youth, they give it at a cheaper price or 50% or even almost sometimes free. Second packet, third packet, they give a few cigarettes with drugs in it. Then slowly they get habituated to it and it goes on. This is about the youth. Second is children around 10 years and 12 years when they go to school, they buy toffees, eclairs. You pop up a toffee, that also has a small amount of drug in it. What is available for 2 rupees, 3 rupees, 5 rupees, then becomes 10 rupees, then becomes 50 rupees, it becomes 500, then becomes 1000. A stage comes where a child cannot live without that particular toffee or particular brand of cigarette or the powder which is stiffed or a shot in the form of injection, intravenous injection. They would get that high court, so they go high and they enjoy that bliss for a few minutes and they forget everything. So what is terrorism here? What is available for 10 rupees is sold at 100 or 500 rupees. The remaining excess amount exploited or extorted from these innocent youth of the country is used to fund terrorist activity. One, in case of boys, yes, they extort money, but they specifically target girls. Their ideology is to target the girls, the ladies of young age, 18, 19, 20 of these college girls and all. In fact, one medical college had a few medical doctors, girls, ladies, medicos, who were targeted. When we caught them consuming drugs, the whole team we tried to discourage and all, but by the time they were out of rehabilitation stage. When we further probed, we came with the startling facts. May not be prudent or wiser or proper on my part to discuss with these many young ladies and girls in front of me, being a fatherly figure, but also being a teacher for UPSC It's my bounden duty. I need to tell you what are the repercussions of this drug terrorism on the female youth. Take it easy. If at all you are a little sensitive to the truth, but nothing can be done. This is truth coming from the horse's mouth. When the girls are targeted, they don't take money from them. Boys, they take money. Girls, for want of a shot, a drug, they use them. And make movies or videos using them, which otherwise we call them as, I can't pronounce it, but I'll tell the spelling of it. You're wise enough to understand. PORN. Now they sell these videos to 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 rupees. One video. So they make a lot of money out of it. And the danger is money laundering part. These drug addicts are made directors of the organizations, showing a few grams of a drug. They would sign any document without knowing what they are signing. They are shown to the register of companies as independent directors who brought a lot of investment, which is otherwise illegal money. They float a company, they run the business, they invest 100 crores, they manipulate accounts and show as a loss and disappear. These companies are called suitcase companies. They don't really exist anywhere. They open the bank account with the drug addicts as the directors. They put their signature for want of a drug, and they can utilize them for laundering business. Laundry means cleaning it. So that's exactly what happens. Punjab across border, that's what we call as Urta Punjab. Punjab is a very famous place where drugs are peddled and used extensively, especially by the Khalistani terrorist gang. Very extensively they are used, bringing across the borders, and they come from drones. They come through drones to Pakistan, Punjab, because for Pakistani borders. They come at night time. So constantly we are monitoring it, but sometimes drugs are dropped with the drone and go away. By the time the security forces go, the ladies and the boys would take it, put in their bags and run away. So nobody knows. And Punjab has a lot of greenery in the form of agriculture fields. So security agents find it very difficult to catch hold of these packets. So that one area. Proxy war strategy, terrorism is used as a low-cost asset warfare tool by the Pakistan against India. It is otherwise called a war without declaring it. It is a war where the common people are targeted. It's a war where a common citizen becomes a victim of it. Because whenever a war is waged or war is made against one other enemy country, a hostile country, they involve the soldiers. On both sides, soldiers involved in the combat operations. Well, soldiers are trained in the warfare, be it a fighter aircraft or infantry or soldiers, navy, paramilitary. They are trained. They know how to use a gun, ammunition, grenades, tanks and all. But the moment we go out, the road going from here to Jayadeva Hospital or going towards ITPL or going towards Madivalla or going somewhere else, a lot of people are traveling in buses, cars, bikes and all. Are all these people trained enough? No. The common are not trained to in the warfare. So it's very easy to attack them. When they go to market, when they go to restaurant, when they go to college, when they go to a court, when they go to temple, when they go to school, it's very easy to attack them. They are traveling in a train, Mumbai blasts, train blasts, or an eatery, a cinema hall, can be possible, or even a parliament for that matter. So trouble is used as a low-cost systematic warfare tool by Pakistan against India, because that itself is accepted the truth. Impact of internal security, how it impacts the internal security of India would be a challenging part here. Destabilization of Jammu Kashmir. Slowly, efforts were made to bring stabilization in Jammu and Kashmir by bringing democratic reforms, by conducting elections there, by bringing more education institutes, by bringing universities. Otherwise, the medical graduates come from Jammu Kashmir, or law graduates come from Jammu Kashmir, or civil servants were almost a minuscule percent. But recently we saw civil graduates have come from Jammu and Kashmir as well. In fact, the girl who broke my record in chemistry is from Jammu Kashmir. Is from Kashmir. Muzaffika, her name is. Muzaffika Fairoz or Miragaz, I don't remember. But that girl broke my record. For almost 18 or 19 years, the record was intact. I got 99.31 marks in my chemistry paper that year. Physics, math, I got 100. But I don't know. Chemistry, possibly, they gave me a few point marks less. Then she broke it to 99.52. After 18 years, my record was broken in Delhi University. I don't remember other universities, but fine. But nowadays, 100 of 100 is quite common, right? One can score 100 of 100 in math. Anyone? Oh, great. Which graduation? B.Sc math. B.Tech or engineering mathematics. Linear algebra, Laplace. B.Tech computer science. EC. Then you know Laplace. Others also use, but nobody uses Laplace like the way you do. Am I right? Because communication is based on Laplace theorem, right? Waves, nebula. You know done your geography? Nebula hypothesis was given by a mathematician, right? Leave it. Chodo. Laplace is a French mathematician who gave us the ions of hydrogen and helium, the light gases. Leave it. I am not here to discuss. Anyway, in disaster management, I will tell you. Invariably, I have to discuss geography there. Then I will tell you. Very good, beta. Happy. But nobody uses linear algebra like these people do. Which is your option? Integration, differentiation. I like integration. Joining is very easy. Breaking them is difficult for me. For other people, differentiation is very difficult. Easy. Equation breaking is very easy. But I love integration. Well, I go with the sine and cos method straight away. Dx by dy, and I go with the sine and cos method, I can do it. Anyway, that's a part of it. Anyway, so now Kashmir has produced one of the best gems in the country. They do believe that they are part of India. They are joining the mainstream India, which antagonizes Pakistan for a while, that they want Jammu Kashmir people to believe that they are internally or integrally Pakistanis. Like China people want Arunachal Pradesh people to believe that they are Chinese. You go to Arunachal Pradesh and the border districts of China, China have almost penetrated Arunachal Pradesh, constructed villages as well. China has come into India. China has openly said that people living in Arunachal Pradesh need not come to China without a visa. They can come into China with a visa called stapled visa. What does it mean? Arunachal Pradesh is the integral part of China. When Arunachal Pradesh people use a lot of Chinese media, like TV network and all, are Chinese networks. A lot of products like toothpaste, soap, they come from China to Arunachal Pradesh. Very funnily. Though we have Itanagar, we have Governor Rajbhavan, everything fine. But the mindset should change. So Pakistan doesn't like that. So terror attack nationwide, major attacks 2001, Parliament attack, I told you. 2008 Mumbai attacks, I told you. 2016 Uri attack, 2019 Pulwama, highlight the nationwide vulnerability, and recently 2024 Pahalgam attack. Burden on security forces, continued deployment of army, CAPF stands for Central Armed Protection Police Forces, like BSF. In fact, UPSC conducts commandant for CAPF. Don't know. Assistant commandant CAPF is conducted by UPSC. Border Security Force, Assam Rifles, Shasas Seema Bal, and all these are the organizations. CRPF, CISF are all the part of these organizations. And police and resources, economic impact, tourism get affected. How many of you are ready to go to Pahalgam again? I'll give you a free ticket. Go. Anyone? Ready? I will also come. कोई नहीं यार, देखते हैं, देखते कौन आएंगे. We'll go. Invariably we got to go. As civil servant you got to go, that's all. You can't say no. You have no right to say I will not go. If the union government says you need to go, that's all. No sir, I won't go, I am scared to go. You are not a union home minister called Sushil Kumar Shinde ji, who openly said that I won't go to Jammu Kashmir. Why? I am scared. The union home minister made a statement that I am scared to go to Jammu Kashmir because I am scared they will kill me. Another union home minister had a time for a shower and a change of a dress for a press conference when Mumbai attacks were happening. Right. So tourism, investment and infrastructure in border states suffer, we know that. Geopolitical strategical implications, India-Pakistan relations, cross-border terrorism, derails peace talks and diplomatic initiative. Whenever we try to bring them to table to discuss, every time they get derailed by some vested interests. They don't let the peace process go on. I told management to give you the PPTs that will be shared today in a telegram part. पक्का आज बता दिया मैंने उनको, यशस्वी को बता दिया, वो दे देंगे आपको. So whenever we call them for discussion and all, but America intervened and Trump says that I intervened, I stopped the battle and all, nothing, nobody intervened. We don't allow any tripartite part, it's a bipartite discussion. No third country can come in between India and Pakistan for peace talks. Neither China nor US. We don't allow anyone. When we didn't allow UN to come, so forget about Trump making a claim. He wanted Nobel Peace Prize very badly, which nobody wanted him to give that because he's a fellow who knows that he will pick up Venezuelan president one day. Having known him, yesterday he made a statement that PM Modi is a good friend of mine, but he doesn't like me. Not only Modi, no one likes you. I'm going open. Mr. Trump, no one likes you. Because हरकतें ऐसी बेटा वो खामोश नहीं बैठता है. He hates Muslims. He hates Indians. डर के मारे Indian girls started wearing jeans and shirts, t-shirts and skirts. They stopped wearing salwar kameez. Easily they were identified as, by looking at the dress, they're, oh, you're Indian. Most of the American Indians born brought up there, whenever they want to celebrate a festival and all, they want to wear traditional wear, they immediately identify them. If it's the Bay Area and the New York, Baltimore area and all, very difficult. Indians, yeah. I know because when I represented India in IMF meetings, I saw all this drama. China factor, China support to Pakistan complicates India's counter-terror strategy because China wants BRT, Border Road Project, which India doesn't allow it to happen because it's basically an imperialistic ideology. Then China also has a debt trap strategy. They give loans to these countries like Sri Lanka, Pakistan, small countries, and at a point they take their pound of flesh and a country economic conditions so that they can't give back the loan, they can't repay the loan to China. Then China will ask some part of their sovereign land or especially port and all under their control. So they would have the route to that. So geopolitically, China wants to rule the world. So they are a manufacturing hub. They produce many things. There's no wonder that we call China as a bread factory. Every household in China is a manufacturing unit of some electronic goods, semiconductors, electronic goods. All the pankha, fans, paints, fireworks, your mobile phone components are made in China, including your Apple. Semiconductors, India gets it. And also now, rare metals, rare elements, metals, China has a large quantity of it, which are used in space, they are used in mobile phone, electronics and all. China is a master, the owner of that. So all other countries invariably depend on China for that, and also they are largest bulk drug manufacturing companies, especially the antibiotics and all. But ever since they failed the tests of these particular countries' quality control, all the countries stopped importing them from China. Then look towards India now. India produces one of the largest bulk drugs, and India got an epithet, got the pharmacy of the world. India produces the largest pharmaceutical products in the world now. That's why we sent paracetamol to US during COVID time. And we are the fastest to make the vaccine using mRNA technology for COVID and all. Covaxin, Covishield and all were manufactured in India. Administered, they're quite effective. So China is losing, so it has a grudge on India because of technology of the people. And other advantage India has and China doesn't have it. Indians can speak English. Most of the European and Americans would like to deal with Indian citizens because they are comfortable using English. How much ever mother tongue influence they have, but still, the Chinese can't speak English. Because the Mandarin language they use, not Chinese language. The language Chinese speak is Mandarin. They are not like Japanese language. What do they speak? Nippon, not Japanese. Japanese call is What is Indian language? Question yaar. You are Indian, right? You speak Indian language. Yeah. What does German speak? German. Deutsch. They are nothing like German language. It's called Deutsch. It's a Sanskritized version of English. Highly Sanskritized version of English is Deutsch. German is more Sanskrit. I'll prove it to you. What is German Airlines name, beta? Huh? Loudly. Lufthansa. Can you spell it for me? Lufthansa. You see a bird as the logo? Hansa, Indian bird. Luft. In Sanskrit, luft means disappear. लुप्त हो गया मतलब गायब हो गई है. जो पंछी, bird which goes into the air and disappears. It has wings. Why Germans have a Sanskrit name? There are more Sanskrit schools in Germany than in India. All Indian students can study in Germany free of cost. No tuition fee is charged. Higher education. But a condition, you have to serve Germany for 5 years. Or at least 3 years. If it is a Myco or a Bosch or other company, automation companies, 3-year bond is mandatory. Otherwise, no tuition fee in German universities. Lot of Indians are going to Germany to study higher education, especially engineering graduates. Because Germany accepts GATE as a valid score. Anyway, so China has a problem with it. China factors. Regional instability, spillover effects of Taliban's rise in Afghanistan raise new concerns. Taliban is an Islamic fundamentalist organization which doesn't believe in human rights. They want a subdued caliphate. Many of us are made to believe that Khilafat movement and all. It's not Khilafat, it's actually caliphate. Caliphate is converting a place into an Islamic kingdom. That's the ideology behind it. So Afghanistan was ruled by a democratic system, but Taliban went to Syria, went to other countries, Turkey, and now they have come to Afghanistan and also are penetrating into Pakistan. But luckily, they are comfortable with India because we gave them close to 30,000 tons of wheat free. We gave them telecom towers. We constructed their parliament building. We constructed their schools. And Taliban acknowledges the fact that the Indian Muslims are comfortable and peaceful in living with other people in the country. Because every Friday, when Muslim brothers and sisters offer the Jummah namaz, we don't have any objection to it. We do celebrate Eid al-Fitr, we do celebrate Eid al-Adha, we celebrate Miladun Nabi, we give greetings to them, we declare a holiday, bank holiday, government holiday. All are acknowledged by Afghanistan. So Afghanistan has, Pakistan has a problem with it because they are more Pashtuns and they are Quds, the Balochs or Pathans. Within themselves, they don't accept each other. Like we have a caste differences. Yes or no? Similarly, Islam also has Sunnis and Shias. And Sunnis say that Shia is not a Muslim at all. Then there are Pathans, then there are Khursheds, then there are other people like Bohras, Ahmadis. They themselves have differences. You might have seen in the newspaper matrimonial advertisement. Sunni bride wanted. नहीं देखा है? Shia, Sunni, Catholic, Protestants and all. In Christianity, don't know. What is the difference? Who are Protestants? You are nodding your head. Loudly. No, Shia Sunni को मारो बोली अभी नहीं है. What is Protestant? No. Why they are called Protestants? Because they protested. They are called Protestant because they protested. What did they protest? Whatever the Catholic bishops did it. What did they do? The church had an authority on the public, not a king. The church was more dominant, for something like a Vatican and all. For making money, they would call the gullible, innocent people and say that you are a sinner, you have done a lot of sins, you won't go to heaven. Then, Father, how will I go to heaven? Don't worry, you pay some money, I'll give you a slip, you can keep it in a coffin and go. Coffin is coffin. कफन डाला जाता बेटा. जनाजा जानते हैं? नहीं जानते हो? Procession. Last farewell procession is called जनाजा in Urdu. तब एक कपड़ा पहना जाता बड़ा चेहरे पे, उसको कफन कहते हैं. That is coffin in English. So in that coffin you can keep the slip given by the church. So keeping that paper in the slip, you get buried and you can go to heaven directly. These are the people. Martin Luther King protested the practice of Catholic Christians. Then they became Protestants. And they started believing only Jesus Christ. Whereas Catholics believe Madonna, Mother Mary. You might have seen infant Jesus. Mother Mary with infant Jesus in a left arm. You not seen? Come on, man. Am I talking to UPSC aspirants? Indians? मुझे कहीं लगता ही नहीं यार. आप नमाज के तौर तरीके नहीं जानते, वजू नहीं जानते, फजर नहीं जानते, जोहर नहीं जानते, असर, मगरिब, ईशा नहीं जानते. Now you know Sanskrit. Now you know Hindi practices. धाता पुरस्त मुदा जहार शक्रत प्रविद्वान पचितस्ततस्रहा तमेव विद्यान अमृतवहति नान्या पंथा अयनाय विद्यते. Then we शम्नो अस्तु द्विपदे, two leg, शम्नो चतुष्पदे, शांति 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 is what Veda says. The very first line of Veda says this, that all the people in the universe be happy. किसी ने कि शायर ने काफी बड़ी अच्छी बात कही है. अल्लाह तेरो नाम, ईश्वर तेरो नाम, सबको सम्मति दे भगवान. और आप आए यूपीएससी पढ़ने. This is India, right? So Catholics are those people. Then came Ignatius Loyola and tried to reform the Catholic model and all. So today we have that. Then Seventh-day Adventists. Then we have different people in Christianity as well. So everywhere there are differences. It's not that China doesn't have it. China doesn't accept human rights as such. You want a proof? Take out your Google for a while. 1987, Tiananmen Square, Tiananmen Square, T-I-N-N-A-M-E-N, T-I-N-N-A-M-E-N, Tiananmen Square, massacre, M-A-S-S-A-C-R-E. ಹೇಗಿದೆಯಮ್ಮ? ರಾಯಚೂರು ತಾನೇ ನಿಮ್ಮದು? ರಾಯಚೂರು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್? ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ರಾಯಚೂರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಾ? Tina, don't look at the images, read. Always you want to see photographs. I don't know why. Now what happened? I'll tell you. Are you reading it? 3 lakh youth were massacred by army tanks. Just because the college students were asking for democratic and human rights in the country. Very peaceful protesting. Nobody had any arms with them. Even had one police officer took a gun, shot at one student, one young boy or a girl at a knee point, they would have run away. All 3 lakh youth would have run away. But no. The Chinese government got tanks to teach the people a lesson. Never ever again anyone will open their mouth about democratic rights in the country. Now, then what is Maoism all about? The belief that a power to the common man will come through violence and not through bullet and not ballot. So, spillover effects for Taliban's rise in Afghanistan raise new concerns. International image. India must balance strong security measures with safeguarding democratic and secular credentials. India should also be careful about its image in the world as a peace-loving nation. Government measures to counter cross-border terrorism, military responses, surgical strike 2016, Balakot airstrike 2019, Operation Sindoor 2025. चाहे जितना भी बोल ले कि भारत सरकार हम घर में घुस के मारेंगे, ये भी एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं है. I don't know whether right or wrong, but who got killed is also a human being. Who got killed here is also a human being. जहां भी हो इंसान ही मरता है यार, बहता तो खून ही है. किसी मां का बेटा होगा तो I don't know the nationality of motherhood. Which country's mother is happy seeing her children die? I don't know. I want to listen that. It only increases the enmity. An eye for an eye will only make the world blind. We can sit and discuss. We can sort out the problem through discussions. Yeah. Border security, fencing, surveillance, drones, floodlights, integrated checkposts, counter-terror legislation, UAPA, NIA Act, National Information Act, amendments to the Constitution have been done. Diplomatic isolation of Pakistan, FATF, grey listing, UN sanctioned terrorists. FA stands for the Financial Action Task Force. It is actually an organization which talks about the terrorist activity. It talks about the financing a terrorist activity. Sanction of money anti-money laundering, AML, which we will discuss in the PMLA. Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2005, a bill was passed by the Parliament, stopping the money laundering. Since I have said it, I will discuss it briefly. Laundering has a meaning got cleaning. I wore this shirt in the morning. Can I wear it tomorrow? No. You have a sweat, dust, everything, grime and all. When this becomes dirty, what I do? I laundry it. I'll put a washing machine, I put in a bucket, I put detergent powder, I remove the dirt, I wring it, I clean it, then dry it, then press it, then again make it clean. Similarly, phone barta hai na? Yaru? Amma? Dad? Appa? Matadi. Illi matadbodalla? Parvalla. So, laundry, making something dirty, clean again. So, illegal money earned dirty money, bringing back the system as a clean money. Restaurant business, gym business, or laundry business, where the expenditure or the cost, input cost or the factor cost is very less, but the charges they go for is very high. That's the reason many top movie stars and all, they start NGOs, they sell T-shirts, they sell clothing brand. The word spelt wrong in the wrong way, and they want us to buy the T-shirt which costs 200 rupees or 2000 rupees. So all the money earned is brought in as the investment, shown as a sales proceed, then taken as profit. For example, I go to a restaurant to have a decent restaurant to have tandoori roti, maybe dal makhani or paneer sabji jo bhi hai. I ordered 3 rotis and 1 tomato soup or mulangkani soup, 1 French fries or Manchurian to start with, then main course, then end with a dessert. For a couple, it costs around 2000 rupees. So I paid the bill. Now look at the cost for making roti. The menu card showed 50 rupees a roti. The production cost of a roti is nothing more than 5 rupees. So what is happening to 45 rupees profit? Why a cup of coffee in airport costs 200 rupees or 250 rupees? Tea is tea, right? Coffee is coffee. Look at Starbucks, Cafe Coffee Day, CCD. The brownie elsewhere is the same, but in Cafe Coffee Day, the brownie is 200 rupees. Even a cappuccino or mocha, latte, what do you call it? I don't know, different brands of coffee. They have Mexican coffee and all that, Turkish coffee and all. Anything less than 300, 400 cup. I have a doubt. Will you please confirm that? Bataoge? Will you try? When I take a girl for a date, why you will only prefer coffee, why not tea? Why date always associates coffee, why not tea? And हम नॉर्थ में तो चाय भी बुलाते हैं यार घर पे. लड़की देखने आते ना, ಹೆಣ್ಮಗಳು ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಮದುವೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾರ್ತ್ में ನಾವು चाय भी बुलाते हम लोग. ಚಾ ಕುಡಿ ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಮನೆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳೋದು. ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಪ್ಲೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್. लाडू चूड़ा यादव को होता. एक लड़की थी हमारे साथ पढ़ती थी, पगली है. अब 3-4 लड़के आए देखने गए, चौथा लड़का आया, बोला घर जाके बताएंगे शादी करनी है कि नहीं करनी है. विल टेल यू लेटर ऑन, विल इन्फॉर्म यू. दिस गर्ल गॉट फ्यूरियस. वो है समोसे जलेबी के पैसे रख के जा, तुमको भी मिलेगा क्या? हर कोई नाश्ता करके जाता है. अब लड़की देखने आते हैं तो कुछ तो खिलाते ना बेटा, या तो कुर्ती ना मटर जो भी है, मटरी, some snacks. When guests come, you give snacks, right? But they should behave well. You're getting married to a girl, and she, the girl, get married to her. Why go home and tell? Anyway, nowadays girls also telling, I'll tell you tomorrow, you go. Whenever a boy proposes, will you marry me? Let me think about it. Come back tomorrow. Why? You are in a queue. तेरा number 84 है. Lot of other fellows are I'm considering it. I have a choice. Because girls are less, boys are more. Demand is more, supply is more. So let's see that. Anyway, intelligence strengthening, multi-agency coordination, NAT grid, cyber monitoring, community engagement, de-radicalization program. Here the very important part. Here we have to understand that community has to be engaged in a very constructive way. We should discuss with them, talk to them, explain the repercussions of it. We should not bring a term called Islamophobia among the other communities. We should appreciate, we should understand each of them. As a civil servant, we have a responsibility to bring the culture of cooperation and living together as an idea. A rehabilitation program for surrendered militants, yes, they might be bhatak hue ladke honge, you can always discuss it and bring them back to normal course. Persistent challenge is even hybrid terrorism, lone wolf attacks, use of social media for radicalization. Lone wolf is only one fellow will come. Usually, इन लोगों को फिदायीन कहते हैं. Otherwise called suicide bombers. They don't mind dying. They come with a bomb and they get blast themselves. So with them, so many people get killed. So that possibly can be the lone wolf attack. Use of social media. In fact, I gave a question yesterday. How internet and social media plays a role. So you wrote it, let me see that. Drone infiltration, I told you. Smuggling of arms, explosives across Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir border. And also drugs. Cross-border collusion, mix of terror with the drug mafias and organized crime syndicates. Organized crime, in a simple word, if I tell you, crime as an industry. Crime as a business. Generally, crime happens out of revenge, hatred, for some reason. We can hit each other for personal reasons. Two people can beat each other, no problem. Because I don't like the fellow behaving, talking or something like that. Two friends can beat each other, no problem. That's a crime, offense and crime. The word offense is used when there is no physical attack. Like ticketless travel is an offense. No physical attack. But a crime is there, it's cognizable. You know that it's going to harm the person. Like stabbing, accidents, killing each other with arms, ammunition and all that. But when the crime is committed as an industry, example, extortion, threatening people with death if they don't pay up money, otherwise in Mumbai called hafta. I don't know whether it's there in Mumbai, but it was there in Bengaluru as well. There was a guy called Manjanna. He was eliminated in a bar. And you know Pujari, Ravi Pujari, Udupi? Don't know? Don't know? Come on yaar, क्या बात कर रहे हो? No one from Mangalore area? No, Pujari gang. They operate from Udupi town. The wife handles, he is in Dubai now. They operate a whole syndicate there. Anyway, that's a part. So when they do extortion and kidnapping as a business, contract killings, otherwise called supari. You don't know? Supari yaar. Atadu.
Yes.
Political concession in Leda. ఫ్యాక్షన్ కాదు, ఇది కాంట్రాక్ట్ కిల్లింగే. వస్తారు, వేసి వెళ్ళిపోతారు. నాకు అదా కాదు, నాకు కావాలి, సానుభూతి కావాలి. నన్ను కాల్చాలి కానీ నేను చనిపోకూడదు. నాకు అది కావాలి, సానుభూతి. That's one. So they give 2 crores. Political concession లేదా ఇప్పుడు మిమ్మల్ని ఫ్రీగా కలిసానా అమ్మ అంత వదిలేండి అంటాడు కదా. బాగుంది సినిమా నాలెడ్జ్ మీకు. సబ్జెక్ట్ ఏంటి గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్లో?
BSc.
సబ్జెక్టు
Maths, Physics, Computer Science.
అచ్చా. పెన్ తీసుకోండి, పేపర్ తీసుకోండి. If two consecutive numbers are squared, the difference between the products always increases by 2. Shall I repeat? You want to solve it? Open challenge, you can't solve it. Open challenge. If two consecutive numbers are squared, the difference between the products always increases by 2. Do, erdu, rendu. Explain this mathematical phenomenon in simple algebraic formula. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಮ್ಮ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ತೋರಿಸಿ. Do it. I know you go with a plus b whole square. I know. Can I write on the board? Page is it? Page. क्या यार? Top right. Okay, pen. Pen. Where to write? Huh? अरे यहाँ पर पेन है, ये पोडियम नहीं है, लेक्टर्न है ये. It's called lectern. Podium is a stage. Lect means to teach. यहाँ खड़े होकर भाषण देते तो lecture is lectern. Where am I supposed to? Here I can write. Yeah. तो क्या हो यार? Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Consecutive numbers? Square them. 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, 121, 144, 169. What do you say? When two consecutive numbers are squared, the difference between the products always increases by 2. There will be 4 and 9. The difference between 4 and 9 minus 5. क्या गणित सीखिए यार? अभी मैं इंटीजर सिखाऊं आपको. -5, 9, 16, -7, 16, 25, -9, 25, 36, 36, 49, 49, 64, 64, 81, 81, 100, 2 plus 3, 3 plus 4, can I call 2 plus 3 as A plus B? You want algebraic formula, right? 2 plus 3 as A plus B. Formula is A minus B. A plus B into A minus B, A square minus B square. Over. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి అతడు సినిమా డైరెక్టర్ ఎవరు? మరి ఎందుకు మనకు నుడిదూల అడిగితే తీసుకోవడం ఏదో ఉంటుంది. యూపీఎస్సీ ఆస్పిరెంట్ సినిమాల గురించి క్రికెట్ గురించి ಮಾತಾಡಕೂಡದು. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. We will not discuss anything about movies. Asim, who is better, Mohanlal or Mammootty? I don't know. That's the answer. Lalitan? He is also a great actor, man. No answer. Don't answer. No answer will come. So immediately a question will come from your subject. Remember your UPSC aspirant. Clear? Chale. So I will tell them Lone Wolf Attack, Punjab and Jim Crow, cross-border collusion. Yeah, legal human rights issue, balancing strong anti-terror laws with civil liberties. Because even they have a human rights. National Human Rights Commission will also protect them. The infiltrators and also the victims, and everybody is protected by the law. Yeah, that's about it. Next is way forward. As usual, I told you that UPSC always ends with a way forward. That the hallmark of a UPSC aspirant will suggest some constructive suggestions. I don't know about other graduates writing answers, but UPSC aspirant will write, as a matter of policy, will write way forward to suggest a practical measure, because in future we will be administering the society. So society is in our hands and we will be answering them. Strengthen border management, use of AI. This we can remove. Use of AI, satellite imaging and smart fencing will help. Comprehensive counter-terror policy, military, diplomatic, economic and cyber dimensions can be planned. International cooperation, we can work with UN, US, Israel, EU, regional partner against terror financing and safe havens. We saw in FATF. Addressing root causes. If there is a opinion among the society that one particular community is responsible for terrorist attack, stop it. Make living together peacefully as a curriculum in the subject, in the school. Make a terrorist attack photograph exhibition in every school. Take every child to the exhibition, show the photographs of the victims like I have shown you the other day. Let them understand that by killing a person, nothing can ever be achieved. How many of you learned counter-terrorism as a subject matter in your schools? And we have grown up to be fed with the society and the social media that some people are responsible for terrorist acts. And imagine you as an IPS officer or you as an IAS officer handling this sensitive part. How would you handle it? If you have a communally tensed and divided society, how can you administer society when they are not peaceful? When they nurse and grudge, animosity, hatred towards others. Wow, what happened to the school when we went? There was a dress given to us, right? Dress code in the school. What did you call that? Loudly. Uniform. What does it mean? Only one. Uni, one, form, all look alike. That was the idea behind it. But we all are same in the classroom. When you came out of the university to the level, you changed into colorful dresses, you wore branded shirts, you wore branded shoes, you wear branded expensive watches, gadgets and all. You drove to university in a car or Harley Davidsons or Honda 350s or Triumph motorcycles. When you show off your wealth, where education should be the priority in a college and university, we went there to show our wealth. We ragged the classmates. We made fun of the faculty, teachers. We were busy proposing to the girls, vice versa as well. We had meetings in a canteen, groups, fighting with each other, busy. We did everything other than education. When you come out of the university, what kind of product are you? Is it what the society expected from you? What have you done to the society? For 20 to 20 years, the society made you a graduate and expected some knowledge from you. You are giving back to the society hatred, animosity, division, communal violence, highly opinionated, and come with a very dreaded disease. So far, there is no cure for this disease. Dreaded than cancer. It spreads so fast in the society. And the name of the disease is judgmentitis. We judge people. I don't know when a child has learned to judge people. We judge people by looking at them, their dresses, their culture, their language, their tradition. I don't know whoever taught that we are superior to others. Which culture, which language, which tradition, which dialect is superior to others? I would like to ask, which human being is superior to other human being, please? By what virtue are we superior? If we can't teach the next generation, believe me, my friends, bachcha log, I said friends because I am going online in YouTube. If we don't teach the next generation to live peacefully, we are tearing the fabric. We are killing our own children. They don't blame anyone for that. Violence happens when a violence erupts in a society. We have no right. We don't have a right to question the policy that we have made in the society. So that possibly could be the one. Yeah. GS paper 2, international relations, India-Pakistan relation, terrorism, foreign policy. The questions may be coming in GS2 as well. International relations, IR, there's a topic. India and its neighbors. Yeah. International relations, you have that. GS paper 3, internal security, that's what we are discussing. Terrorism or border management, role of security forces. Essay paper, terrorism and internal security challenge, national security in a globalized world, could be the topics or possible topics for your essay. You know essay? 1250 words, 125 marks. 2 essays from 2 sections. Section has 2 questions, section B has 2 questions. You have to pick up one from each section and write 2 essays. Each essay consists of 1250 words. So question could be like this, because they want to test your knowledge on these particular topics. Analyze the multidimensional challenge posed by external state and non-state actors to the internal security in India. Also discuss measures required to be taken to combat these tests, 250 words. tomorrow evening 5 p.m. on this table. ಏನಂತಮ್ಮ ಏನಂದ್ರಪ್ಪ ತೊಂದರೆ ಈ ಮನೆಗೆ తెలుగు నెల్లూరు అమ్మాయి కదా మీరు ఓహో మర్చిపోయాను కన్నడ అనుకున్నాను మనీ కోసమా అదే మీకు డబ్బు కావాలా అయితే అడగాల్సింది నాన్నగారిని పంపించారా పంపిస్తారులేండి చెప్పారు కదా మైదుకు మైపాడు నెల్లూరు హర్నాథపురం బాలాజీ నగర హర్నాథపురం నుంచి ముందుకు వెళ్ళిపోవాలి ఇటు లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ బాలాజీ నగర్ వస్తుంది హైవేకి అటుపక్క ఓకే కొత్తగా అయిపోయింది ఇప్పుడంతా బైపాస్ అయిపోయింది కదా ఏదో ఒకప్పుడు మేము వేదాయపాలెం వచ్చి అక్కడి నుంచి ఎలా వచ్చేవాళ్ళం నెల్లూరు సిటీకి వచ్చి గ్రాంటన్ జీటీ రోడ్ అని ఉందా విఆర్ కాలేజ్ రోడ్ ఉందా ఆత్మకూరు బస్ స్టాండ్ వెళ్తాం కదా అదంతా జీటీ రోడ్ ఒకప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు లేదుగా వేదాయపాలెం వీళ్ళ ఊర్లో ఒక బస్ స్టాండ్ ఉందండి దాని పేరు జీబుల్ బస్ స్టాండ్ అంటారు జీబుల్ ఆసుపత్రి అంటారు లేదా హాస్పిటల్ పేరేంటి జీబుల్ ఆసుపత్రి మనకు తెలియదు జీబుల్ అంటుంటే సార్ ఒక ఆయన అన్నాడు సార్ మీరు ఎడ్యుకేటెడ్ లా కనబడుతున్నారు మీరు జీబులో ఉండవేంటి సార్ అసలు జూబ్లీ బస్ స్టాండ్ పక్కన ఒక హాస్పిటల్ ఉంటుంది వీళ్ళ ఊర్లో ఒక విచిత్రం ఉంది తెలుసా all doctors are located in one particular 2 areas. One is Pogatoda, other is Brindavanam. Am I right? Very funny place. Unnara Addl Bhaskar inka telidemo మీరు చిన్నపిల్లలు మేము మా రాజ్యంలో పరిపాలించేప్పుడు వీళ్ళంతా అప్పుడు డాక్టర్లు ఫేమస్ నేను సౌత్ వదిలిపెట్టి నార్త్ గుజరాత్ అంతా చాలా కాలం పనిచేశాను తెలియదు నెల్లూరు మనకు బాగా పరిచయం నర్తకి వెనక కారం దోశ ఇప్పటికీ ఉంటుంది అది ఎప్పటికీ ఉంటుంది ఇఫ్ యూ ఈట్ ఎగ్ యూ కెన్ ఈట్ దేర్ బట్ ఐ యూస్ టు మేక్ షూర్ దట్ ఐ డోంట్ ఈట్ ఎగ్ ఐ డోంట్ ఈట్ నాన్ వెజిటేరియన్ నాట్ ఈవెన్ సమ్టైమ్స్ సో దట్ కారం దోశ ఇస్ ఆల్సో టేస్టీ ఎనీవే బేటా రెడీ రైట్ డన్. So tomorrow evening 5 p.m. Google it, I don't have a problem, but no ChatGPT. This I make a rule every day. Right. Over? Yeah. Take it. I'll call Shri for that. A next chapter called Maoism. Go.
You can just go to the next slide.
Acha, next one. Let him write. Because you wrote an error, error compounded. One error become 2 errors. Alva. Allah? Bengaluru ade alva antaru. Alve. How yaki hauda anta keltira neevu? Nanu sullu heltidva. ಹೌದಾ ಜಯಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಅವರು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು ನೀವು ಸರ್ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಹೌದಾ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ದೇನಲ್ಲ ಹೌದಾ ಊಟ ಆಯ್ತಾನ ಆಯ್ತು ಹೌದಾ ಆಯ್ತಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೌದಾ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನೋ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಏನು ಕನ್ನಡ ಅವರು ಇರ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡ್ಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವೇ ಹೌದಾ राइट क्या करूं यार मैं हूं ऐसा Maoism and internal insurgency challenge. I already told you why the word Maoism or Naxalism. The two words have come. Both are same, but only the historical and ideological difference is that between Naxalism and Maoism. We'll do it once again, a quick revision. The word Naxalism comes from a village in West Bengal called Naxalbari. So in Naxalbari or other places, there were feudal lord system, or what you call to understand is zamindari system. The local lords used to control the administration, and the political system also encouraged these lords, because all the small farmers and other people would listen to them because they had a control or hegemony on the small farmers. And one of the main reasons is the lack of financial inclusion. Despite 20 years of independence, rural financial inclusion was not a major policy for the government. No banks would open a branch in the villages because it's not profitable for them. And most of the banks were lending to industries. Though the first 5-year plan focused on the Harrod-Domar model, a primary of growth, but banks were not supporting the agricultural growth, which led to the farmers depending on the landlord for their financial requirements, either for investment or any medical emergency in the family or any wedding expenditure. They would go to their landlord and ask for money. The landlord would take their documents as a guarantee or a security and give loan to them. The interest rate was such a usurious, very high interest, exorbitant interest rate, the farmer would never repay the loan. Slowly after the term ended, the Zamindar would say that you could not repay the loan, so I'll take your land. So the land is transferred in the name of the Zamindar, and the owner of the land, a farmer, used to work in the same farm as a labor, still paying the interest for the old loan. The excesses were so high. Take it easy, boys and girls, but you got to learn. There's no way. I try to be as diplomatic, as simple as possible. But in any case, if a farmer could not repay the loan, interest for a month, or the Zamindar had any guests or relatives or any friends coming to their mahal or building for some function or festival, it was a very common practice, in lieu of interest, when the interest could not be paid, the farmer's daughter or young wife or daughter-in-law were sent in the late evening to the bungalow, where they would come back after 2-3 days' time, abused. Time and again it happened, but they did not have the courage to fight the system. A lot of excesses were done against these small peasants, labor, tribals. Till 1967 May, in that year, two boys, Charu Majumdar and Kanu Sanyal, who were graduates in Kolkata University, understood the plight of these farmers. Having attended lectures, read books in the universities about communism, socialism, equality, the constitution, a right for a dignified life, took help of Jagdal Santhal, a tribal guerrilla warfare expert, gathered all the peasants together, gave them whatever the arms or sickle, axe, sticks, stones, bows and arrows and all. And that year they attacked. One particular night, they attacked all the zamindars, ransacked their buildings, burnt all the documents, and declared themselves as the owner of their land after killing the feudal lords or zamindars. This act in Naxalbari of a common man attacking a rich person, a poor person attacking the rich person, spread like a wildfire across the country and the world. It's not that it's new. It happened earlier as well in Telangana Liberation Front in 1947 when the Nizam of Hyderabad left a lot of Razakars under Qasim Rizvi to kill the Telangana people. They revolted similarly. A very famous character we know, that is Komaram Bhim, then Chakali Ailamma, all these ladies and gentlemen who fought the feudal lords, zamindars and all. Then 1967 we saw this, or 20 years exactly, we saw this movement. So whatever these small farmers attacked the zamindars, the rich landlords, and decimated them to gain controlling power on their own land, was seen as a revolution among the public. All the capitalists, rich people were worried. Alright, the police came in to control but was delayed, but a message was already sent. The trade unions got strengthened. The capitalists could not exploit the trade union workers anymore. The trade union elections were conducted. Workers' president, workers' union, working conditions were negotiated, which was something similar to the governance pattern of China. China had a similar uprising by their leader Mao Zedong. Mao, a Chinese premier, then he believed that the power to the common man will come only through violence. Peace, democratic rights, civil liberties will not help people. So his ideology was found in Naxalbari. It is almost similar. The next day, in Chinese media, they wrote a full-page article called Spring Thunder. How India is going the Maoist way. They found that these common people are correct in attacking the lords, the capitalistic ideology, which will not work in the world anymore. Democracy will not flourish in India. So started supporting this movement, which continues even today now, when in Chhattisgarh, Andhra, Orissa border, parts of Jharkhand, when Maoist thrives, in Telangana as well, when they get Chinese weapons, Earlier they used to get guns, revolvers, ammonium nitrate. They went on to become AK-47. Now they have snipers. They ambush the CRPF Jawans. They ambush the police forces. They kill the local political leaders. Anyone gaining popularity or power will be killed. What was started as a righteous movement of poor people soon turned out to be an industry of extortion because they had a gun in their hand. They started extracting money from industrialists, capitalists. It was no more a fight of common people against the rich people. It turned out to be violence against a group of people. It was a rightful war anymore. It was a war against the governance. It was a war against democracy. It went to the extent that the Maoists as an ideology never allowed development come to the tribal people. No schools, no roads, no hospitals, and no bridges. No development to tribal people. The reason is, if at all there is a school situated or hospital situated, the children who get educated will realize that violence is not a solution to the problem. The next generation, Maoism will end in India because India is basically dependent on the democratic values. With that fear, even today, Maoists are killing the police forces, the local MLAs. They call for a non-participation of elections in every part of the state wherever they are. Earlier they used to spread across different states, Maharashtra, then Andhra Pradesh, Andhra Orissa border, Malkangiri, a district in Andhra Orissa border. There was an IAS officer called Vinil Krishna, the Andhra boy, Hyderabad boy, Andhra. He was given to Orissa cadre and he was a district magistrate in Malkangiri district, which has the presence of Maoists. Maoists abducted him and took him into the forest. Something like happened with Veerappan taking away Annanauru. Gotilva. So, something like this. Then when the demands were met, he left because his wife was pregnant at the time. So, they took compassion and left him. But anyway, that have been decimated by Andhra police because becoming the strong police force called Cobra and Octopus, different police segments were used, especially Karimnagar district, parts of Mehbubnagar, Kolhapur area, Warangal had this presence. Now Telangana almost nothing. Some part of Rayalaseema they existed in Anantapur and all, but they don't exist now. They are only in Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh now, Maoism as such. That's the background story. Let's see what it is all about. Left-wing extremism. Vampangti. We use the word Vampangti. Vama means left. Edakke badakke antavanu. ఎడమ కుడి అంటాం కదా, వామపక్షాలు అంటారు తెలుగులో. వామపక్ష భావాజాలము అంటే ఏంటి? వాట్ ఈజ్ లెఫ్ట్ వింగ్? వాట్ ఈజ్ లెఫ్టిస్ట్ ఐడియాలజీ? వై లెఫ్ట్? హూ లెఫ్ట్? నోబడీ లెఫ్ట్. రైట్, లెఫ్ట్. Do you know or shall I explain? Explain. Asif, go ahead. Where did it start? Liberty. is started in French court. King Louis XVI allowed the opponents of the king to be present in the court. He wanted to hear from the public directly. So when the people who came, the French peasants, the French Revolution had happened, when King Louis XVI allowed the opponents to come into court, the king's supporters were sitting on the right side, the king's opponents were sitting on the left side. Same thing you find world over in every parliament. Even Lok Sabha, you see, speaker or chairman of Rajya Sabha is sitting there. Right side is the treasury bench. Left side is the opposition bench. Right side, Narendra Modi, Amit Shah, Nirmala Sitharaman, Rajnath Singh, they all people sit on the right side of the speaker. Left side, the opposition parties will sit. Rajiv Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka, all this, Sonia Gandhi goes to Rajya Sabha, and all the three members in the family are members of parliament. So all these people sit in the left. Right and left. Right supporting the government, left opposing the government. That's basically. So those ideology which opposes the governance in a violent method is called left-wing extremism. Extremism is an idea of extreme, going to the extreme level to hurt someone. Otherwise, the problem can be sorted out across the table, discuss it. But the government would encourage opposition because dissent in a democracy is essential. The government should also listen to those people who do not agree with the policy of the government. When elections are conducted, every political party will tell something about itself and talk about others as well. Then people look at the manifesto, they hear them, they look at the track record. There are many things that people will decide. The media plays a role, like Arnab Goswami, Rajdeep Sardesai, Palki Sharma, right? What's it? Palki Sharma, then Barkha Dutt, Padmaja. A lot of media people, they tell the people about the opinions of the people, they conduct interviews, they talk to people, they take the opinions, they conduct exit polls. They form alliances, they catch the pulse of the people, then this goes on. So that government which opposes the governance or the method of governance is the left-wing extremism, because they are supposed to sit in the left of it. Right is the one who supports the government. So the word left-wing extremism comes from that. Liberty is a constituent of every human being. Freedom is right. We all have right to freedom, right? No. Who can take it away?
No one can.
Police can. That's what lockup means. But not for more, 24 hours. Within 24 hours, the person should be presented before the judicial magistrate with enough charge and evidence and FIR, with a prima facie evidence. Looking at the magistrate will give a judicial custody or a police custody depending on the condition. Judicial custody, the lawyer should be present. Police cannot ask any other question. Whatever they ask, they should ask before my lawyer. And my lawyer is entitled to answer on my behalf. But police custody, no. If a person is arrested by the police and brought to station, entry is made in GD. GD means General Diary. There is one person called writer in a police station who brought Jai Prakash Rau, resident of so and so, son of so and so. Where does it say? Here. What is the Addl number? What is the case? He bet someone. Why did he beat? These are called 1, 2, 3, 4 conditions. Then the inspector of police will come and say, okay, station of officer called SHO. Under all this go. So I am put in lockup. So I don't run away. I can't escape. So I am put in lockup. Can I ask police people, sir, I'll go to MG Road and come back? No. ಒಂದು ಹಾಫ್ ಅನ್ ಅವರ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? ಕೊಡ್ತಾರ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನು? 24 hours you can be locked up. In 24 hours you should present it before the magistrate. That's what. Then the court will decide whether you are convicted or acquitted, whatever that is. Then your freedom of right is taken away. Right of freedom is taken away and sent to prison. You can't go out. Because it is a correctional method. All rights have some condition. Because we have a right, we can't speak the way we want. What does Article 19 talk about? Right to speech. I'll give one mic to you and arrange in a palace grounds. Speak about women empowerment. All your listeners are women. Criticize women, talking to women in a palace grounds. Please come out till Makery Circle or go to some other place. Challenge. Can you come out? What happened to right? Rights come with responsibility. That is liberty. Liberty is to understand that freedom has a responsibility. A freedom without responsibility is useless. So left-wing extremism has been a major threat to India since 1960s. Many of the militant groups for many years had the miners, mineral-rich lands under the influence. All right. Both the state and central government, through a series of measures, had significantly improved the presence in the Naxal infested as if they are pest or germs or disease-causing bacteria. Who wrote this? I wrote it. I chose the word infested. Why? They are causing harm to society. What was a right to war had turned out to be a crime now. Once acceptable, but not every time. When we kill a policeman, he has a family, he has a wife, he has a children, he has a mother, he has a father. They are also human beings. Who gave the right to Naxal people to kill police officers, police officials? Because somebody is supporting the government, you can't kill us. So I use the word infested. Currently, these militant groups are only operating in a few isolated regions, especially Jharkhand and parts of Maharashtra and also Chhattisgarh. However, they pose still substantial threat to India's internal security. What is Naxalism or Maoism? I told you what is that. The term Naxalism derives from the name of the Naxalbari village in West Bengal. I told you. Where a peasant revolt, peasant small farmers, half acre, 1 acre farmers are called peasants. The word peasant means very small farmer. ಚಿಕ್ಕ ರೈತರು ಪಾಪ 1-2 ಎಕರೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, చిక్కವರು పాప, స్మాల్ ల్యాండ్ హోల్డింగ్, చిన్న రైతులు అండి వీళ్ళు. ఇంత ఉంటుంది వాళ్ళకి భూమి, పేదవాళ్లే. Revolt took place against the landlords who had beaten up a peasant over a land dispute in 1967. The Naxalites are considered to be the far left communists who support Mao Zedong's political ideology, otherwise called Maoism, because Mao ideology they follow. I think I told you everything, right? How did I know all this? When everything is printed here, how did I tell you the year, month, everything? I was the one who wrote it. I told you because I am the one who wrote it. So I know it. I don't need a PPT or a slide to tell you. Sitting here, I can tell you everything. This is for you, for your notes. Clear? Just take this PPT, I mean, the notes, you'll be getting it. You want further notes, I'll give it to you. You want answers writing, today let me see how you write. Then we'll discuss how to write an internal security answer. For maybe half an hour, we'll discuss that. In a PPT form. What are the points to be added, what is considered and all, we'll write that. Initially, the Naxal movement originated in West Bengal and had later moved to the less developed rural areas in southern and eastern India, including states of Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. That also we discussed it. Some Naxalite groups have legal organizations and representatives in the parliament, like the Communist Party of India, Marxist, Leninist. In fact, what you call today CPIM, once upon a time it was ruling in West Bengal for quite some time. Jyoti Basu, then Buddhadev Bhattacharya and all these leaders, CMs, CPIM, even now Sitaram Yechuri, Prakash Karat and all. In fact, Prakash Karat was our teacher in our university, JNU. Even today, JNU has Delhi is a hotbed for leftist ideology. One particular professor was lifted believing that Sai Baba, his name is Sai Baba, was arrested and kept in Mumbai prison. Later on he died, believing that he was spreading Naxalism among students. I am telling you, I am from JNU, School of Economics. I and Nirmala Sitharamanji, we are alumnus. Nirmala Sitharamanji, she is a BA, MA Economics from JNU, where her husband was a reader, professor, associate professor, name is Parkala Prabhakar. So that JNU even today has an ideology of leftist ideology. So Charu Majumdar is the founder of CPIM, a political system called CPIM was founded by one of the leaders of Naxalbari movement, Charu Majumdar. We'll discuss about him in a few times. Marxist-Leninist, Liberation and Communist Party of India, Marxist-Leninist Janashakti. To some extent, they were members of parliament. They participated in the electoral process. They discussed the poor people's problems in Lok Sabha. In fact, in 2004 and 2009, when Congress Party, the UPA, was forming the government after Addl Bihari Vajpayee's government fell in 2004 because they could not secure majority. Then Congress Party took the help of leftist communist parties to form the government. I think none of you are born at that time. 2004 you were born. 1 year old. 2001 you were born. My son is born in 2002. Almost same age. Rather as my children. Or even could be, but I got married late, that's a separate story. I never wanted to get married. But I fell in love with this girl. I had to marry. I proposed to her. Gave her 5 minutes time, but she accepted in 3 minutes. Now what a point in repenting. She calls me consultant husband. I am never available to her. All time across India I will be touring. When I got shot in my back, I knew that the pain was there, the blood was going from my body. Though they in a jeep, they took me in a van, they took me to hospital. Surgery was performed, bullets were removed and all. They were put in a bottle as well to identify the Pakistani number on that. So every bullet has an identity. It's called blast. It has a particular force. It comes out. The force with the bullet travels is around 29 kilometers per hour. So that has one. Ballistic force, we call it. So my wife came. Obviously, when I got shot, my wife will be called, right? So she came to Rajkot hospital where I was still undergoing treatment. I said, "Are you all right?" I said, "I'm all right." "Who am I?" I said, "You're my wife." "Who is this fellow?" "Our son." "But you're conscious." फाट करके मारी, खींच के झापड़ मारी मुझे कान के नीचे बजा के. "How dare you die?" हद हो गई. "Remember what I told you?" "Yeah, I remember." "What?" "India first, second my mother, third you. That's the order. It won't change. First Mother India, second my mother, third you. That is the importance I give. You will die, I'll die for country. Pakka. But every wife has love, but this girl worships me. I don't know why. You know, the South India and all, they touch the feet of the husband. Some puja and all. ವರಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಗಂಡನ್ನ ಪಾಪ ಕಾಲು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಏನದು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ಗಂಡಗೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ? ಅದೊಂದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅದರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್. I will learn Kannada? No. You didn't even try. You both. Can you understand? Oh, really? Great. How long have you been in there? How long have you been here? You both girls? 7-8 months. Then, and be careful with the fellows. They are linguistic jingoists. Yeah. But try, don't speak, but keep calm. They won't hurt you. They're good fellows. But don't trouble them as well. If they trouble you, tell me. I know how to trouble them. I know their boss, Addl Nagaraj. Last 15 years, he hasn't changed. Same black goggles, black cap, old man sitting. Karnataka Aikyavate Vedika, Raksha Vedika, on the flag, yellow, red. I know how to handle them, you leave it to me. No problem. So that's an opportunity that a husband can bless himself. Dirga Sumangali Bhava. Whom is telling? I will live longer. Let me live longer. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ತಾನೇ? ಅದೇ ಅರ್ಥ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಸುಮಂಗಳಾಗ ನಾನು ಇರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ blesses her, you be bestowed with your husband forever. आप सौभाग्यवती भव, क्यों आप पति के साथ रहोगे तो मतलब आप रहोगे ना, तभी तो है. इसीलिए जब लड़की पांव छूती है तो मतलब है आप आशीर्वाद देना है, ठीक है. और वो क्यों पूजा करती है आपको पता है? कम से कम अगले जन्म में तो अच्छा पति मिले. ये इस बार तो ये तू ही मिला मुझे, खड़ूस साला कमीना. At least next in life I should get a good husband. You will not come. Even I don't want to come. Some variety is expected, man. कि हमारी नॉर्थ में ना एक कहावत है, 7 जन्म का रिश्ता होता है. 7 जन्म का रिश्ता होता है. 7 बार वही लड़की. थोड़ी तो वैरायटी चाहिए यार. 7 జన్మలు బంధమా? ప్రసాది నువ్వే కొంచెం వెరైటీ ఉండాలి కదా. ఎన్నిసార్లు అనుభవిస్తామండి. అరే నువ్వు ఇట్లా మాట్లాడకపోయి నువ్వు మా మిసెస్ చెప్పినావు అనుకో, ఆమె ఏమంటుంది తెలుసా, పండంతా ఒకేసారి తింటామా, కొంచెం కొంచెం కొరికి తినాలి అంటది. అంత హరాస్మెంట్ ఒకసారి చేస్తే ఎట్లా, కొంచెం కొంచెం చేయాలి. అది వాళ్ళ థియరీ. యూ కాంట్ హరాస్ హస్బెండ్ ఆల్ ఎట్ వన్స్. धीरे धीरे चल बड़ा. So Jan Shakti and all available to the 19 states where Naxalites are more visible are Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Maharashtra, Odisha and Telangana. Here Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Maharashtra, very few places, Odisha almost nil, Andhra Pradesh no more, Telangana. Andhra Pradesh used Cobra operation and Telangana used drones and other satellite imaging to eliminate in an operation called Octopus. The Telangana police used an octopus method to eliminate Maoists from Telangana, especially Mehboob Nagar, Karim Nagar, that was bordering Chhattisgarh, especially a place called Manthani and the area, Godavari Khani, Asifabad and all, they eliminated completely. Now, the same movement is coming to the urban area called urban Naxals. You can search for that information, Koregaon Bhima. Koregaon, K-O-R-E-G-A-O-N, Koregaon Bhima, B-H-I-M-A. Koregaon Bhima is near Pune, where they showed their presence again. In fact, from Hyderabad, Professor Varavara Rau was lifted only from that particular place. He is a Maoist sympathizer. Even today, a lot of people, civil liberties people are asking for pardoning Maoists. But Amit Shah says, 2026 May, India will be free from Maoists. They are eliminating Maoists on a war footing basis. Many leaders are surrendered and are leaving the movement, or they're getting killed. Even top leaders are getting killed now, but Maoists are saying that we will continue it. The Home Minister says that we will eliminate them. So what is going on? Fine. Maoism, the story starts here. The Maoist movement in India is among the longest and the most lethal homegrown insurgencies. Insurgency, the violent method of achieving something. When you use a violent method to get something, it's called insurgency. I think we all are insurgents with our parents. We went on a bhook hartal, we didn't eat. You wanted to see that? Go to any toy shop, in a mall and all, don't buy anything, just stand there. Kids come with their parents. They ask a toy, parents won't buy then, you can see all the tantrums, antics, nautanki, nakre, drama, violence, threatening, everything happens there. Children will fall on the floor and cry loudly because they know if I cry, they will buy me. This is terrorism. We all are terrorists with our parents. I will not eat. Why? Buy me PlayStation. Once it so happened, let me share a personal incident. Once I was in Surendranagar, Jamnagar, I don't know, yeah, Jamnagar. So weekend I used to come home, so I took a Friday evening flight. But when I reached home, it was 9:30, my son was asleep. Then my wife told, he's asking something for you, from you, tomorrow morning you discuss it. So what? And when he asked, I said, I'll let your papa come and decide, you and you decide. So what does he want? You ask him. Alright. Next day morning, I woke up and he also woke up. Papa, are you free? I'm not free. Come, let's go shopping. What do you want? Watch. Done. A 5th class student wants a watch. As a parent, I don't have an objection. But a watch he wanted is a Ben 10 watch. because he used to watch that Ben 10 series and all. Then he wanted a Ben 10 watch. If he presses it, the other form appears and all, something happens. He wants that. Now, how to tell him it's not possible? Chalo, chalte hain. All Connaught Place, Karol Bagh, almost 20-25 shops we searched. This fellow would go and ask, Uncle ji, आपके पास घड़ी है? हाँ है ना? वो नहीं, Ben 10 वाला नहीं है, नहीं है. 20 shops, this fellow got tired. Upon nowhere I could get. We'll try it. Huh? There are a few more shops. I want you to understand that practically is not possible. On 23rd shop, an old man was in the counter. दादाजी, हाँ बेटा, घड़ी है आपके पास? हाँ. कौन सी? Ben 10. हाँ है ना मेरे पास. You have it? हाँ. Then he gave me a Casio, the rubber belt kind of a thing with the two steel strips on it. Mota wala. Huh. Oh, happy. Well, you can't see what is there on the bench hand, but this fellow had a similar watch. He tied it. How much was it? 400 rupees. I paid it. Then he started pressing. Nothing would come. दादाजी ये काम नहीं, नहीं बेटा ऐसा नहीं काम करता है. It won't work like that. Then, father, you should come first in the class. You should study hard. You should not trouble your parents. If you are a good boy, it will work. He listened to that old man and started doing his homework, learning everything. At the age of 21, he is a chartered accountant. He is working in Bengaluru right now in PricewaterhouseCoopers for a UK client. Among the 24 candidates selected from India, he was the only candidate selected by the British accountants. He worked for Bugmany Tech Park. He worked in Bugmany Tech Park. Sometimes motivation works. It's not that I am telling that I achieved something, but it does happen. Recently, convocation also happened. A funny guy, right? So it works sometimes, right? So insurgency that the world has seen, while the origin of left-wing extremism in the country goes back to the Telangana peasant rebellion. You want a Telugu word for it? Telangana Sayudha Poratam. అధికారులు చూడకండి సార్, అని నీకెలా తెలుసని మీ అనుమానం. నువ్వు ఢిల్లీ అంటావు, మా భాష మాట్లాడతావు, హిందీ మాట్లాడితే మా హిందీలా లేదు నీది, పక్క నార్త్ ఇండియన్ హిందీ మాట్లాడతావు, మా భాషలో పదాలు జోడిస్తావు, వీళ్ళ ఊర్లో గలీలు గలీలు చెప్తావు. ఎవడు నువ్వు అసలు? Who are you? I am Indian. So I am just trying to talk to him because I use the word which they use, the local language, the local lingo. The Telangana armed rebellion, they fought against the Nizam's army called Razakars with whatever they could get. In fact, there was one lady, उन्हें चटनी होता है ना बड़ा, एक चटनी बनाते, पोटो बनाते, पेसल. You take a stone, wooden thing, and you make a chutney, mirchi powder and all. She took it to hit people because she had no other thing. She lifted that wooden thing to hit people. Her name is Chakali Ailamma. Actually, it's not Chakali. She's Chirala, something like this. Her name is Ailamma. She's shown as a Veeranari. She gave confidence to men to fight these Razakar movement. Yeah. On 25th May that year, peasants, landless laborers, and Adivasi with their lathis, arrows, bows, under daring raids on the granaries of the landlord in the Naxalbari village of West Bengal. Told you everything. The rebellion quelled by the police in a matter of few days gave birth to what would be called a Naxalite movement, named after the very small village, hamlet is a very small village, जो हम हिंदी में ढानी कहते हैं. Very small tribal villages are called hamlet. Hamlet is not a Shakespearean drama. That way the prince was named Hamlet, that's a different story. Here Hamlet also means very small village. Led by the charismatic Charu Majumdar and his close associate Kanu Sanyal and Jangal Santhal. These two people are educated in university. Jangal Santhal was a tribal guerrilla warfare expert. And he can shoot arrows without being seen by anyone. So he killed the landlords with his arrows and all. The rebels quickly found support not only among the nearby villages but also from the People's Republic of China. The Communist Party of India, or mouthpiece, people daily not only called the event Spring Thunder. The next day it appeared in the newspaper. The headline was Spring Thunder. The shades of Maoism are found in India, a country founded on the basis of democratic principles. Democracy in India is shattered for the first time. China was so happy because it never believed in democracy. You were there for the last 2 days as well, right? Which part of India are you from? Howda, Illora. You don't look like, you look like an North Indian girl to me. Maybe a Bengali girl as well. I mean, Eli Karnataka? Bengaluru, Ille no re. Bengaluru, not Bangalore. Otherwise Siddaramaiah will get angry. Well, extra ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು, ಬದಲಾಯಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ ಕಲಬುರ್ಗಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ವಿಜಯಪುರ, not Bijapur. What changed? Only name changed. My Sidhu remains Sidhu. He will not change. He will not change. That's why I called Karnataka Karnataka. Karnataka is Karnataka. All MLAs go in a bus to resort. Elections happen, they go. JDS changes. BJP changes. Congress MLA becomes BJP MLA. He is openly purchased. Ramesh, Paisa, 50 crores, he purchased a Mercedes Benz next day. C-class, 2 crores car, openly. वैसे हम गए थे, अलग बात है. After he purchased car, we went there. Anyway, so Spring Thunder, it also devoted an entire editorial page highlighting the importance of the Naxalbari incident because it was very close to their ideology. China was happy that India has a Naxalite movement, Maoist movement. Majumdar and Sanyal took initial inspiration from China's founding father, Mao Zedong. He was a librarian and he read a lot of books on communism and all. Then once he read the Shang dynasty with an aristocratic family in China which never bothered about the poor people. There was anarchy kind of a thing, a lot of poverty in China. People suffered immeasurable, innumerable problems. Then it had no option. He took a long march. For 17 long years he walked from village to village, explaining to people that we need to change. We need to work hard. We should be the production power. explain the geography of China, the culture, the traditions, the civilization of China, which is almost parallel to Indus Valley Sumerian civilization, the contemporary Sumerian civilization. The first ever civilization on the earth is Sumerian, not Indus Valley. China has a recorded evidence of agriculture for 3,000 years. Major part of Himalayas are in China. So the major river systems are in China. The huge mineral deposits, educating people from one place to the other, he took people with him. And he believed that the power to the common people will come only through violence, and attacked the Shan dynasty, removed them, and brought about a system where people cannot decide who will govern them. Let the government decide who will be next. People have no say in electing the leaders. People don't know whom to elect. It's not people's job. Let the public do their work. Let them produce, take money, go home, eat, sleep. Governance is not your problem. You have no right to speak. Your opinions are not appreciated by the government. We don't want your advice. You do your work. You want to drive a cab, please drive the cab. You want to drive a train, please go. You are an accountant, do your job. You are a teacher, go teach job. You want to produce this, produce it. You are a technologist, do this. You are a scientist, do this. You are a doctor, do this. That's all. Governance is not the people's job. We know how to administer. Not every person understands foreign policy. Not every citizen understands economy. Not everybody understands how to control GDP. How many Indians know how to control inflation? Whenever the news headlines come that repo rate is reduced by 25 basis points, tell me honestly, how many Indians really understand it? How can we explain repo rate to them? How do you explain government bonds to them? Who can understand, who can explain government security to them? That's what Mao is telling. He never believed in democracy. Demo means people, cracy means governance. By the people, for the people, of the people. That's what Abraham Lincoln defined democracy. But Indian people also followed the same, only spelling changes. By the people, not BY, BUY. Of the people, not OF, OFF off. Switch off them. Not FOR, FAR. Once you get elected, go straight to Delhi. Come after 5 years. Again, throw money on their face, they will buy. They'll say, they'll give you a vote. When they sell their vote, they don't have a right to ask for development. The MLA MP will say, you didn't give me freely, right? I gave you 2,000 rupees per vote. Will you do a small calculation, beta? You. 365 into 5. 365 multiplied by 5. That number you divided 2,000 rupees. For 5 years, right? 365 days a year. 5 years, you get number of days. Divided with 2,000 rupees. You get 1 rupee 10 paise. Am I right? You said so much of time to calculate. So, the cost of your vote per day is 1 rupee 10 paise or 1 rupee, strictly speaking. एक कप चाय भी नहीं आती है. You sold your vote. When you ask for schools, roads, infrastructure, social welfare scheme, The MP says, you didn't give me freely. You sold your vote 2,000 rupees, I gave you 2,000 rupees. Huh? What? Yeah, anyway. So here, Mao tried to explain the dangers of democracy to China people. And whenever, wherever they raise their voice for democratic or human rights, it crushed them. Like you saw in Tiananmen Square, the massacre. You saw the images as well. 3 lakh youth. Blood flowed in the streets of Beijing that day. One bullet would have been sufficient to send them away. But now, China brought tanks, blew them, teach the lesson to one for all. No human rights, no democracy in China will work. People have to work, listen to the government. You can't teach them fundamental rights and all that. There's no constitution. It's a very funny system there in China. Yeah. So political power, the Retd movement eventually became radically different from what Maoism stood for. So what Naxalite started, it went on to become Maoism later on. Yeah, extremism, an internal security challenge by Prakash Rau, not challenge by Prakash Rau, topic by Prakash Rau. India's internal security scenario. You'll be getting this PPT. You have this map. If you just look at this map, you get a fairly good idea that what exactly we are trying to show. If I come there, the camera won't capture it. I need to stand here. But I am not visible to them. I can't stand with you. Anyway, I'll sit here and explain. You can see. So what is the present scenario of internal security in a snapshot? If I had to give one snapshot for you, if you want to understand or you want to record or you want to write something about internal security of India, immediately refer to this map. Which area, which problem it shows. So, you see the red part here, the eastern India, parts of Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, this is what we call as the Maoist part. Kashmir, insurgent along the cross-border terrorism, that part, the Jammu Kashmir. This part is Jammu Kashmir. Center being Delhi. The northeast India, this being the chicken's neck. Nagaland, Manipur, Assam, Tripura to some extent because of the tribal movement in Tripura, but not as violent as Assam, or Bodo militants, or Nagaland sexist movement, and also the Mao Manipuri cookies and meaties. So going to the Maoist insurgency, now infested in more than several states of India. Here we have a Sri Lanka which enters India through Tamil Nadu border of Ramanathapuram near Rameshwaram, or crossing Pamban Island, they enter India. Lot of Sri Lankan Tamilians are taking shelter to damage not India but Sri Lanka. Because Sri Lanka, this part, the northern Sri Lanka, the Tamilian dominated Sri Lanka like Anuradhapura, Jaffna, Trikonamali, these areas, they want to declare themselves a separate country, which the Sri Lankan government did not approve. They said, Lankan, Sri Lankan people, Ceylon people, we are basically Buddhists. and we are large number of people. But my dog, during the Chola period, with Kulatunga Chola, even Rajaraja Chola, Rajendra Chola and all, lot of Tamilians went to Sri Lanka. Because Chola had and Pallavas had a lot of navy power. So they captured Sri Lanka and ruled over Sri Lanka for some time. But then Buddhism flourished there. And Buddhists penetrated deep into Sri Lanka and threw Tamilians out. But only northern part they are secured. So they formed one organization called LTTE, Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. Tamil Eelam is Tamil place, Tamil region. They are Liberation Tigers, they have called themselves, headed by Prabhakaran. Huh? Yeah. Because the Sri Lankan government wanted help from Indian government, and Rajiv Gandhi immediately sent IPKF. They sent Indian Army interfering with their internal affairs. Indian Peacekeeping Force. Almost 89-90, when Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister, he sent the Indian Army to quell the LTTE movement disturbing the Sri Lankan government. And Indian Army did some excesses there by killing innocent people or assaulting and all. As a result, the LTTE militants entered India during election canvassing in Siriperambadur, Dhanu and Kokila, Dhanu especially, she held a belt bomb and blasted herself. Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated at a point. So this is the reality of it. So a lot of Sri Lankan people entered Tamil Nadu. Even today they are there in Tamil Nadu. But if you speak good Tamil, Madras Bhasha வேற அது உங்களுக்கு திருநெல்வேலி ராமநாதபுரம் அதுல தமிழ் வேற இருக்குமா டிஃப்ரெண்டா இருக்கும் போது சரியா ஸோ கோயம்புத்தூர் தமிழ் வேற இருக்கும் அது நமக்கு ஒரு மலையாளம் டச் இருக்கும் slang would be like oh ஆமா தமிழ்ல ஆமா சொல்லுங்க oh so the Malayalam touch you can find in Coimbatore, Palaghat and all that area. So that's about it. So even now in many parts of Tamil Nadu, Sri Lankan people are there. A lot of comedy movies and a Family Man series was made on this. A lady comes to kill the Prime Minister of India. The one web series was also made on this. You didn't watch? Good. I like it. I know you all watched. You all saw it. I know it. Nobody will speak because I'll ask you a subject and ask you questions on it. No. You never watched. You don't know Samantha Ruth Prabhu? You know her personally? Huh. I know her personally. Seriously. I know all movie actors. Because we used to go to them. Because if we bring them to department, there's a big problem. They won't allow us to work. A lot of fans will come. For example, if I bring Mahesh Babu to my office, it will be a big headache to me. So what happens is we go to Mahesh Babu and I speak with his wife, Namrata Shirodkar in Marathi. Because she's the one who handles all Mahesh Babu's accounts and all. You want to see him? You want to meet him? Allu Arjun? I handle with his father. Arvind to మాట్లాడతాను నేను నా పద్ధతిలో ఆయనే గుండా ఆయన కన్నా పెద్ద గుండా నేను దిల్ రాజుకి చోటు పట్టించింది తెలుసా అర్కా మీడియా వాళ్ళ బెండు తీసాం మేము బాహుబలి తర్వాత తెలుసా మీకు అకామిడేటివ్ ఐటీ రేట్ ఏంది తెలీదా బాబులు తెలీదా మీకు కంట్రోల్ బట్ ఐ లైక్ ఇట్ యు ఆర్ గుడ్ ఇన్ ప్రిటెండింగ్ इनोसेंस ऐसे बदमाशी मैंने भी देखी है बेटा इतना नाटक मत करो you didn't watch Pushpa you watched it what is the graduation subject how can a smuggler be a hero beta he beats police he gives bribe to the police openly and you are watching it that is bad that's why you joined UPSC coaching good he will the superintendent of police IPS officer in the pool and the hero pisses in it what nonsense take a gun and shoot him war what nonsense movie man what nonsense you do smuggling and we keep quiet you bring a truckload of cash we'll watch is that what you're telling people for that you give a national best actor award कहाँ है छड़ी कहाँ है बेटा इतना मारूंगा डायरेक्टर को वो पहले बताना बेटा अच्छा नचत लो कनबड़ते मत सुकुमार के सुक्कू निकाल दूंगा इतना मारूंगा सुकुमार को मारूंगा कि सुक्कू सुक्कू हो जाएगा seriously what nonsense man so other cities economic hubs of the country we can see this is what happens Mumbai Bengaluru Rameshwaram Cafe MG Road even today nobody knows St. John's Road a bomb blast took place you know this do you know in MG Road a bomb blast took place it is not covered in the media can you believe at 2:30 p.m. on a Saturday in front of a pub a bomb blast took place Indian Mujahideen was Bhatkal Yasin Bhatkal was responsible for it we have evidence of it the government said keep quiet I said all right no one died all right so no case pursued then he came to Hyderabad in Dilsukh Nagar bomb blast he did it again around 18 people died before Konark Theatre in Dilsukh Nagar Hyderabad a bomb blast took place because they have a modus operandi of putting a bomb in a tiffin box in a two-wheeler with a mobile they blast it 18 people died in one locality he left here he went there so Bengaluru Chennai Delhi Nepal China this is exactly the situation here this you can see Mumbai Taj Hotel bomb blast happening the terrorists infiltrated into country the Taj Hotel an iconic Taj Hotel being burnt killed many people this I have shown you Karachi on Eid day Eid al-Adha where sacrifice is made people were sacrificed many people think Bakrid is not cutting Bakri no he's not eating mutton Eid al-Adha means give up ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಬಿಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು leave off ಉದಯಂಡಿ what hatred violence and all बकरी को काटने की नहीं बेटा वैसे हर दिन मटन खा सकते हैं जब चाहे वो तब खा सकते हैं घोष को उसके लिए ईद बनाने की जरूरत क्या है ಹೋಳಿಗೆ ತಿನ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹಬ್ಬ ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಯಾವಾಗನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದಲ್ಲ ಸಾವಿಗೆ ಪಾಯಸ ಹಬ್ಬ ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ವಾ you can eat whenever you want what is there so CPM was 4 deadliest groups. India witnessed 8% less terror attacks, 860 in 2017 as compared to 931 in 2016. Stands the third most affected country in the list after Iraq and Afghanistan with 1,500. What is the number? Yeah, and 1,700 attacks respectively. 70% of terror attacks in India in 2017 were non-lethal, non-dangerous. There were maximum total 43 terror groups active in India. 51 terror attacks in India were carried out by the Maoists in 2017. West Bengal saw an increase of 215% terror attacks. Only West Bengal, which is never reported in the media. %215%. Mind you the number. You'll get it. Asif, I'll see that you get it. Due to Darjeeling, total 8,584 terror attacks took place in 2017 worldwide, in which 18,053 people were killed and 97 were injured. More than half the terror attacks in India in 2017 took place in 3 states: Jammu and Kashmir, Chhattisgarh, and West Bengal. West Bengal, Darjeeling; Chhattisgarh, Maoism; Jammu Kashmir, we saw Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Taiba, and those. 2011 Mumbai Naiman House, Jewish Center in Mumbai, terror attack in 2008. 2010-11 Delhi bombing, High Court bombing. That's where my wife was coming out of the High Court building. Just 600 meters. 2007 Delhi Security Summit. 2005 Delhi bombings. 2001 attack on Indian Parliament, December 6th. 2010 Varanasi blast, I told you. Sankat Mochin Mandir. On every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m., 10,000 devotees will chant Hanuman Chalisa at one go. ಹತ್ತು ಸಾವಿರ ಜನರು ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಹನುಮಾನ್ ಚಾಲಿಸ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर. इतनी जोर से बोलते हैं. तुलसीदास का नाम तो सुना होगा आपने. तुलसीदास केळिल्वा? He is the one who wrote Ramcharitmanas. Anyway, you leave it. You don't know nothing in culture. Like you have great poets. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ದಾಸ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಅಂತಾರ. ಕನಕದಾಸರು, ಪುರಂದರದಾಸರು, ಗೋಪಾಲದಾಸರು, ವಿಜಯದಾಸರು ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ದೊಡ್ಡವರು. ತುಳಸಿದಾಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ರಾಮ್ ಭಕ್ತ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್. ಎನಿವೆ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ವಾರಣಾಸಿ लॉर्ड हनुमान प्रकट हो गए इनके आगे. It's a legend, it's a belief that Lord Hanuman appeared before Tulsi Das in that particular place. So it's not a stone, it's made up of butter. Hanumanji is made up of butter. Butter, you know? Butter से बना हुआ है. The temple. Hanumanji is made with butter. So people chant Hanuman Chalisa there because that was originated in that place, Varanasi. Every Tuesday 6:30 p.m. chants. There the bomb blast. At least 64 innocent devotees were killed. In 1984, I was still a young boy. I mean, I could be around 18 or 17 years. Yeah, around 17. Yeah, 17. Or 18, something like 18 I could. An eyewitness to the massacre that happened. October 31st, 1984. Before that, Indira Gandhi, the Prime Minister of India, because there was a Khalistani terrorist called Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale. Actually was supported by Pakistan for asking a separate Khalistan movement, a separate Khalistan. The whole of Punjab, headed by Sardars, wanted a separate country for themselves, which was supported by Pakistan openly. So when he was creating a problem in Punjab and all, And the intelligence agency said that he is hiding in Harminder Sahib. Nanakram Shaddi Kada Tere Bhane Sarvatula Bhala. Otherwise called Golden Temple. What do you call Golden Temple? हम लोग उसे हरमिंदर साहब कहते हैं. हमारी भाषा में गोल्डन टेम्पल को हरमिंदर साहिब, आनंदपुर साहिब, Bangla Sahib, because there is nothing else, only book. We worship the book, Guru Granth Sahib. Every, Gurdwara. So that particular place where Nanak preached Sikhism and all. So this Bidhanwale was hiding in the temple, Golden Temple, and other people were, a lot of devotees came. Then she ordered for Operation Blue Star, and army entered with the footwear. And they did not know, army did not know that this man had AK-47 with him, and he opened fire on army. Army also retaliated. In the melee, a lot of innocent devotees got killed, who came to worship in the temple, also got killed with the army firing. The Sardar, the Sikh community, did not excuse Indira Gandhi for that. To her bodyguards, both Sardars, Satwant Singh and Beant Singh, at 11 a.m. on October 31st, 1984, from a very close angle, opened fire and assassinated Indira Gandhi. And Rajiv Gandhi cremated and all. By 4 p.m. everything was over. 5 o'clock it started. Talwar lekya aaye. They found a Sikh, they butchered them. Found a Sardar, they butchered them. Actually, Sardars won't cut their hair. इनके 5 क होते बेटा. Sikhism has believed in 5 Ks. Kes, Kirtan, Kirpan, Kadi or Kacha. Without these 5 Ks, no Sikh can ever exist. But that day the mothers cut the boy's hair. It's a sin. But to save the children, they cut their hair. Even then children, 3-year, 4-year-old boys were not spared. Butchered in front of their mothers. Why? 2 of their community police officers killed the Prime Minister. What did the young boy do? Being born in that community. How many of you chose to be born in the particular community or even? Please. The caste you are born into? The gender you are? Who all chose? The economic condition? Such mindless violence in 1984. I still remember vividly, like a scene in a movie. Happened in my street. Right in front of my eyes. Boys were killed. 10-year-old, 12-year-old boy who had nothing to do with Operation Blue Star. Violence, mindless violence. The 2006 Varanasi blast, 2005 Ayodhya attack. Also Faisalabad. In Indian scenario, extremist activities are increasing rapidly. The scale of extremist operations is massive, and consequently the activities have perilous, dangerous impact on nation's socio-economic and political development. So it has a great impact on all the fronts of this particular part. Alright, it's 8 p.m. now. We started exactly at 5 p.m. Yeah, we'll leave for today. See you tomorrow with the answer. Good night. Continue tomorrow with Northeast insurgency, right?